Have you ever looked at a dress and thought, can I make this myself? Most of us wear clothes every single day, but we never really think about how they are made. We choose colors, styles, and sizes, but we rarely ask, how was this stitched? I used to think only professionals could make a gown, but one day I just tried. And honestly, it was not as hard as I expected. Oh, by the way, you're listening to Fresh English Talk. I'm Zara. Today, I'll take you through how I stitched a gown. Nothing fancy, just a simple and nice one that feels good to wear. Let's start. First, I think about the design. I imagine something soft, long, and easy to wear. I want short sleeves and a round neck, not too tight. Something I can wear at home, or maybe when I go outside for a small gathering. I take a notebook and, sketch a rough idea. It's not a perfect drawing, just some simple lines. It helps me know what I want. Then I think about the fabric. I go to the fabric store and look around. There are so many types of fabric. Cotton, silk, chiffon, georgette. I touch them one by one. Some are too slippery. Some feel too thick. I find a soft cotton blend in light blue. I like how it feels. Soft and easy to stitch. I take it home and spread it on the table. Before cutting, I need measurements. I take a measuring tape and note everything. Bust, waist, hip, shoulder, and the length from shoulder to ankle. I write them down neatly. This part is very important. If the measurements are wrong, the dress will not fit properly. Now it's time to cut the fabric. I fold the fabric and draw the shape on it using chalk. I draw the front and back parts, the sleeves, and the neckline. I check the lines again before cutting. Once I am sure, I slowly cut along the lines. This step always makes me a little nervous. Now I have all the pieces ready. I take the front and back parts and stitch them together on the sides. Then I stitch the shoulders. After that, I attach the sleeves. I use a sewing machine, but you can do it by hand if you do not have one. It takes more time, but it still works. The gown starts to look like a real dress. I stitch the neckline carefully. Then I fold and stitch the bottom edges. I also fold and stitch the sleeve edges. Now it is time to try it on. I wear the gown and look in the mirror. It fits nicely. One sleeve looks a little uneven. The neckline is slightly off, but it still feels good. It is comfortable and simple. I think about adding something extra, maybe a lace border at the bottom, or a small belt made from the same cloth, just to make it look better. I add a thin cloth belt and it looks neat. I also make a small matching hairband with the leftover cloth. That is it. My gown is ready. It is not perfect, but it is done. I stitched it myself. It took time and a little effort. But now I have a gown that I can wear with confidence. After finishing the gown, I cleaned up the table. There were small bits of thread and pieces of cloth everywhere. I folded the leftover fabric and kept it aside. Maybe I can use it later for something else, like a pouch or a cover. I switched off the sewing machine and packed away the tools. The scissors, chalk, measuring tape, everything went back to their place. Then I went to the mirror again and wore the gown one more time. I checked the fit. I walked a little. It felt light and comfortable. The neckline still looked a little uneven, but not too bad. I sat down for a bit after that. I was tired but also calm. Stitching took longer than I thought, and I had to fix a few small mistakes along the way. Later, I showed the gown to someone at home. They asked, "Did you really make this?" I just nodded and smiled. And that was my day of stitching a gown. If you like this episode, you can listen to more stories like this on Fresh English Talk. Simple topics, real experiences, and English that is easy to follow. Thank you for listening. See you in the next episode.